We are always registering, remembering, storing up as knowledge, and acting always within that area. The acting within that area is to strengthen our conditioning, obviously. Right? Are we meeting? If I am a Hindu and I am conditioned by centuries of tradition, centuries upon centuries of dogma, belief, and I act deeply within that area, the activity strengthens the condition. That's clear, isn't it? So, there is no freedom from that conditioning as long as I am operating in that area, psychologically as well as biologically, depending on the psychological demands. Clear, isn't it? If I am a communist and I have certain dogmas, certain dialectical conclusions, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis, you know the game, and live within that, I strengthen more and more my conclusions. They prove my conclusions. So I never break out from that. So there is no freedom within that area. Is this clear, isn't it? Bosavanta, can I go ahead? So, my question is it possible, please listen, is it possible not to register? You understand? Because if I keep on registering all the time, the brain is always conditioning itself. I wonder if you understand this. If I'm always acting within the field of knowledge, what I've learned, what my experiences are, and I'm always acting within that limited area, the condition becomes stronger and stronger and stronger, which is what's happening with all of us, right? And so one asks, is it possible not to register psychologically? You understand my question? This is very, very serious question. Is there a part of the mind, brain, which is capable of not registering? You understand? If a human being is always operating within the field of the known, which is his conditioning, then that the very activity of that produces greater volume of resistance. So we are asking a most fundamental question, not an idiosyncratic question or a neurotic question. Is it possible for a brain not to register at all? Is there a part, or is there a quality of brain that understands the need of not registering? You understand? The need. Are we meeting each other? Please. Huh? Now we are going to go into that first, because when you come to discuss fear, you have to understand what the meaning, the word, the significance of all that, fear. And as long as we are operating within the known, fear is strengthened. Right? So, is it possible not to register at all? Psychologically. Biologically, you may have to register. You have to register, record, whether you drive on the right side or on the left side of the road, depending upon the country you live in. You have to register many, many things physically. But what is the need to register psychologically at all? If it is not possible, then we are everlastingly condemned to live in this area of knowledge, in this area of continuous strengthening the conditioning. Right? We have understood this. Now we are going to find out if it is possible. Please, you are not listening to a talk. You are listening to yourself. You are listening to the operation of your own brain, watching your own thought, watching your own registration, the remembering and then acting, skillfully, not skillfully. You are watching yourself, which is you are sharing with the speaker. Right? So you are watching not what the speaker is talking about, which becomes an idea, but you are watching yourself in operation.